Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning. So, as you may or may not be aware, there are a number of cool things going on in the world of Twitch streaming for Magic. So I've been basically watching a few different streams that others have been doing. Morning coffee for everyone. Pretty excited about the meta, what's going on. Now, today we have obviously look at the store and see what cool cards are available or anything that's going to make me a better Magic player. Good luck with that. We've got a pack to open, and then we're just going to play some games using a type of deck called Esper, which for the uninitiated, Esper is a combination of white, blue, and black cards together in a deck. And Doom is a card that actually, I'll show you in a moment, but it basically means that every turn is an enchantment that sits on the battlefield, and at the start of every turn, for each player, they have to sacrifice a permanent they control, otherwise there's some consequences. So, but we'll get to that in a second. First things first though, I wanted to check out the store, see what's going on in there. Let me know in chat if the music's not correct or if there's any issues. Okay, isn't that a cool looking card? Colossification. Big kitty cat. Okay, so there's some really cool art here, but as we can see our gold's not particularly high at the moment, so it doesn't really justify picking it up. Excuse me. So yeah, nothing there that's going to make me a super stellar Magic player. So it is what it is. Kicking on, let's have a look at this pack. Zendikar Rising. Now it's unlikely again that I'll get anything rare in here because I've opened a lot of these packs over the last couple of months, or weeks I should say. So let's see. So, as expected, we got some gems, which is still cool. Those gems add up and help us to do other things. Inside this pack, we have a common wild card, some pump spells. So this here, choose target creature you control with +1/+1 counter for each creature in your party. If you are a regular to the stream, you'll appreciate that what a party is. If you're not, basically within Zendikar, and I noticed in the stream that I did on Monday that I was referring to it as Kaladesh. Zendikar is the set that we're talking about. Within the Zendikar set, you have a party mechanic, which is if you have a warrior, wizard, a rogue, or a cleric. So those four different creature types, you get bonuses if you have those. Now, if you had two of them, so let's say you had a rogue and a warrior on the battlefield, then they would count as being in your party, and you could choose a target creature you control to put a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature, so 2 in that case. So that's pretty cool for 1 green. 1/4 Reacher for 1 green, 2 other. Cleric of Chill Depths, 1 blue, 1 other for a 1/3. Whenever it blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Disenchant's an oldie but a goodie, just with some new artwork. 1 white, 1 other. Destroy target artifact or enchantments. Flip cards, so you can either play it as a land, or you can put a +1/+1 counter on a creature if you control it, and using speed for 1 green, which is not bad. And then we have another flip card, which is return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand for 1 green and 2 other, or you can play it as a tapped green mana. Okay, bit of a lackluster booster all in all. If I had to pick something out of this, if it was in a draft to start off with, I would probably go for... I'd probably go for the +1/+1. This one's this land card, only because it's not overly committed. This is okay, but I'd rather put a +1/+1 counter and do some more damage than get something back in the graveyard. Horses for courses, though. Alright, so let's have a look at this Esper deck that I was talking about. Okay, Esper Doom. So, just maximise this. Basically, what this deck is all about is Doom Foretold. So this creature is this enchantment is 1 black, 1 white, and 2 other to cast it. It sits on the battlefield. I love that artwork, it's fantastic. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, so at the start of their turn, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. If that player can't, they discard a card and they lose 2 life. You draw a card and you gain 2 life. You create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance, then you sacrifice Doom Foretold. So basically the idea is it's removal that happens every turn until you can't fulfill its criteria, which is sacrificing. So the idea is that I would play it, my opponent's upkeep, so in their turn, they have to sacrifice one of their permanents that's a non-token and non-land. They sacrifice that, and it goes into their graveyard. It comes back to me, then I have to sacrifice one. And then it goes back to them. It just keeps happening that way. If they can't do it, they lose 2 life, they discard a card from their hand, and I get a 2/2 knight with vigilance creature token, and then the enchantment goes to my graveyard. So it's quite good. By itself, it's quite good. The thing that makes it really cool in this deck is you have something called Yarn Sky Nomad, who's a 4/5 bird serpent, as you can see, obviously. It's a flying creature, and basically when it comes into play, you can blink a bunch of your cards, so they leave the battlefield and then they come back in at your end step. So it means you get to trigger multiple things over and over again, and it means that you get more value from the cards you put into play. Other than that, the deck's fairly straightforward. It just needs to keep playing land, hence why it's got a huge amount of land here. If we have a look, where am I? Stats. Here we go. So you can see here, it's got 30 land in it, which is a lot. Normally you're running 24 to maybe 26 land. So it's got a lot more land. It's got a bunch of enchantments that allows that bird spirit serpent to bounce and make trigger again. And then it's got some creatures and other bits and pieces in there as well. Alright, you can see the curve there's fairly flat. So that means that when you're playing your mana to be able to cast spells, it's got a bunch of 2 drops, 3 drops, 4, and it gets less and less as the mana builds up. Okay, that's the deck. We've got our lands all sorted, so it's time to probably go and have a bit of a play. Standard, yep. I'm not missing anything, actually. Let's go and do it. See if we can get some victories, because we want to get to that Mythic 93 or plus, 93% plus. The meta is really tough at the moment. So when someone says meta, what they're referencing is all the decks that are being used, the way that people are playing them, and you know, this is playing really good against this other deck, so there's a lot more of that. The reality is that at the moment the meta, as in the battlefield of all the different deck types, archetypes, is quite interesting. There's a lot of different things that are happening. So the black-blue deck that we were looking at the other day, this is a good hint, that we've been running, the Rogues deck, is still really powerful, don't get me wrong, but the meta is shifting to try and combat that. So that's quite interesting for my point of view. So what we're going to do is, we've got 2 different land we can play. This one comes into play tapped, and I don't have any 1-drops, so that's why I'm going to play that first. It also allows me to do a thing called Scry, which is where I get to look at the top card of my library and pick if I want to keep it on the top, or I can put it at the bottom of my library so I draw a different card. I want more land, so I'm going to keep that one there, and then I pass the turn back to my opponent. So you can see here, in our hand, we have a couple of different options. I'll just organise this a little bit better so you can see. At this sort of stage, what we probably want to do is we'll play a land for sure, and then we have to decide whether we're going to play a golden egg or we're going to play the omen. I'm going to play the omen because it lets me scry 2 and then draw a card. So I get to look at the top 2 cards and then decide if either of those are useful. If they are, great. If they're not, I can put them on the bottom of my library. This Treacherous Blessing is great late game. It's not so good right now because what it does is it lets you draw 3 cards, but every time you cast a spell whilst it's on the battlefield, you take a damage. So I don't want that at the early game. This is a bit of removal, so I'm thinking that will be useful to hold on to. So we get to draw the card, all good in the hood. And we sort of slowly chip away at our opponent when it comes to building up our resources. And my opponent has decided they don't want to play anymore. Okay, that's a bit disappointing, but a victory nonetheless. Second pip for tier 3. Bit of fun. Alright, 50, 25, that's nice. Yeah, so what I wanted to do, we've got 12 days to get through this, so we can do that easy, lemon squeezy. Not really that easy, but that's the goal, and that's what we're going to focus in on. So if we can keep making forward progress, we'll get there. And to be honest, there's a reason why it's my personal best, because it's not easy to do. And from my point of view, we should always strive. Aim high, not low, I think is the expression. Okay, so this hand's a little less robust. It's got everything we need to be okay. So we'll keep it. Say hi. So what I'm going to do this turn is I'm going to play the Fabled Passage and fill the gap in our colours, because we've got 3 colours and 3 different land cards. Hope that's clear. Just pass to our opponent, and in their end step, we're going to grab So now we sacrifice this and go and get a land card. So we grab black because it's the one I've got the most of. Play a white card. Play the golden egg to draw another card. Okay, so this is one of the linchpin cards of the deck. So it's the Archon of Sun's Grace. It's a flying lifelink Pegasus creature. And every time you play an enchantment, it creates a 2/2 token, which with flying and lifelink, which is awesome. Okay, so play a blue land. Now, my opponent may counter this spell, but it is what it is. We've still got to keep playing into stuff. So if this gets resolved, we'll make 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens and gain 2 life, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we just made that. So imagine if you bounce this enchantment off the battlefield and then back in, it triggers again, which means that we get another 2 soldiers and another 2 life, which is why it's kind of Okay, so we're playing against some sort of 4-color, or maybe not, maybe a Timia, which is red, green, and blue deck. Okay, so we're going to play this enchantment, which allows us to scry again, and then draw a card. So we want to keep drawing land, like that. And then what we do is we move to the attack step, and we've got 1 soldier, so we're going to attack with him. Yeah! First blood goes to us. Set a very, very important message to our enemies. Yep, so they're going to go and look for some more land. Okay, so they're getting a forest and a island. They're playing an island, so they got 5. We're on 4. That's okay. Yep, back to our turn. We're going to play Archon. Now, we didn't have the 2 whites, so we used the golden egg to filter our land through. The idea would be that we start to move forward, get more pressure, and put our opponent on a clock. And by that I mean put them under pressure, we're doing damage to them, rather than have them just be able to sit back and pick us apart with removal spells. Okay. So play another white. Okay, so we've chipped in, they've bounced back now. So a bunch of triggers happen. Pretty happy with that. So you can see how we've all of a sudden gained 2 extra soldiers, 2 of these because 2 enchantments came into play. Quite good situation to be in when we can start to bounce stuff. So this person is building up toward a huge amount of mana for something. So fair enough. They're killing one of my Pegasi, and they've made a couple of sharks, flying sharks. And we're going to make another one to replace it, and then attack with this. So basically just charging in with stuff. Now, they may double block the Yoran to try and kill it, which is fine, because this enchantment that we played, the Elsbeth Conquers Death, allows us to get something back from our graveyard anyway. Ooh, Ugin. Oh! That's hardcore. Cleared the battlefield, which is fine. Fine-ish.
You lift me off of the ground. I close my eyes and I wait for the come down. I used to live in the now. Now I'm wiser to think that we are bulletproof. Teens with thicker skin. Now we just
yeah, we want to keep building our land up. Let's play this across to our hand. So the idea here is that we continue to build up our land, because then what we do is we do Dance of the Manse. So this is a sorcery spell for 1 blue, 1 other, and X. Return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment creatures with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures. So in other words, we have the ability to be able to basically bring a bunch of enchantments back from the battlefield, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, so we've got some threats that we need to deal with here. Yeah. So yeah, I'll pay for it. So we want to get rid of this. 7 is a odd number, so let's do that. And so they have a 2/2 flying shark and an Ugin who's shooting us for 3 and is a bit of a threat. But it is what it is. Yep. So, what have they got? They got 2, yeah, it's going to do 2 damage to us. We got a bunch of mana up, so what we're going to do is play this. Yeah. Kill him. Get rid of their 7/7. And then so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. We need 2 more for it to be optimum for this dance. But we'll see. We'll see if we get to that stage. Okay, we have to play this land. So we're going to take 5 damage, probably. So it'll be 2 from the shark and 3 from the Ugin. 5 damage, unless he chooses to exile a couple of permanents, which I don't think he will, but it's possible, I guess. Cool. Okay. Getting closer. Play the Nomad. See if it resolves. bounce this. Bring them back into play. Okay, so take one of the sharks away. More land. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, so it could be a case where they choose to exile a bunch of coloured permanents, including Yorn. Or they could blast me. Will they blast me? Maybe they've got another Ugin in hand. Or maybe they don't. Interesting. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Alright. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, eh? 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can get there. So we're playing this for... hold on. What have I... Oh no! That was a bit of an error on my part. I've only got one thing that I can bring back. I thought I had more in my my graveyard, but I don't. Let's do this. Attack Ugin. End turn. Yeah. Not really surprised, but I kind of... Oh my gosh, they're playing another Ugin. Fairly bad day. They're down to one card, and we've got a way of bringing back a bunch of stuff if we can get it into our graveyard. We've only got one still, which is a bit disappointing. Okay, so... At this stage we need to probably thin our deck a bit, so I'm not drawing more land. So thinning a deck means basically if I've got a way of going in and getting the land out of my deck, then I should probably play that. I'm going to play this guy, and then I'm going to pass turn. So I think they've got us. Depends whether or not they choose to shoot the Skyclave, or whether they choose not to. We're in trouble. Uh-oh. Good game. Okay. Probably not the best showcase at this stage, considering we didn't do a lot, but anyway, it is what it is. Just a warm-up game. Just a warm-up game, folks. Okay. Back into it. The Cardboard Live app that you guys can see on screen where you can highlight the cards. Let us know what you think. If it's useful for you in the Twitch stream. I sort of thought it was a pretty cool idea, and talking to a few of you, it seems to be fairly well received all in all. So yeah, let me know. So we'll play the blue land. Oh, alright. One of these sort of decks, is it? Okay, we'll get rid of this at the moment because it's a fair way off. Okay. We need a white land, guys. Where's the deck? We need a white land. Told you. Okay, let's play this. That is not a white land. Okay, you don't want your graveyard being smashed, is that what you're telling me? Okay, there's a white land finally. And this. So they're going to empty our graveyard and then they're going to take another card. That's okay. Well, they do the other way around, which is smart. Ah, okay. Play another land. Play a Duty McDudington. Okay, so they got 5 shooting me. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah. Sure. Excuse me. We go that way. Attack for 3, gaining life, go back up to 21. So the reason I moved those around is because I wanted to draw the glass casket. If they, for some reason, look into my hand, like discard something, I don't want to discard Yorin, and that's exactly what they did. And that's okay. Okay, so now I can blink this and make more stuff. So the reason I blinked the Skyclave is because I wanted to be able to get rid of the what was it, the fairy that was underneath it, and bring it back into play. When I bring it back to play, I can select another target. So I basically reduced their effectiveness. Probably want this on. Okay, so basically at this stage, my opponent has not a lot of options ahead of them. I've just drawn 3 cards, which is cool. but they're really up against it. Okay, I didn't expect my opponent to stick around for much longer because we sort of got a little bit out of their range to be able to deal with the amount of threats. So, it's a fairly interesting and interactive deck for me to play. Probably not as fun for my opponent, to be honest. But, you know, what are you going to do? Dreamstalker Manicore. Look at that. Crazy artwork. Isn't that awesome? Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, Dreamstalker Manicore deals 1 damage to any target. 4/2 for 3. Jeez. It's not bad. Okay, keep chipping away. So what do we reckon, chat? Yeah? Yeah, I suppose it does have all 3 colours. Alright, cool. It doesn't have a huge amount of play. Alright! So that card, this card here, the Emira's Call, allows you to actually create 2 white tokens, angel tokens. Yeah, you've got to be fairly flush with mana because it costs 7 to do that. Yes, please. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is I'm holding on to this and keeping my mana up because they're going to try and equip this with something to make it larger and encharger. So like some sort of aura, so I'll shoot it when they try to attach. That's the theory. On second thought, I will shoot that in the face. Because I don't want to be losing cards and doing all that stuff with Rankle. Because he's a naughty boy. Let's do this. Yeah, wow. Okay. Like that, huh? Cheeky chops. Target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a card from it, you convert a mana plus 3 or greater. That card, yeah, okay. It is what it is. Play this. Play this. Play lands. Gain some life. Make 2 soldiers. Play this. Draw some more cards. So blocking here, taking 4. +1. Play those 2. Play a land. Right, okay, so even. Play this, grabbing this. Okay, so you can see there how we streamed a series of different sequences of play together, and what it meant was our opponent had a massive board state, and we've just been able to use certain cards to pick their plan apart. Now they may not be out of it at the moment, but it's pretty telling at this stage to be gone from a really good board state to up against it. Oculus is deep in the tank. Hopefully they're not too unhappy with the world. Okay, so next turn, play a land. Play a land here.
Space, time.
I think my opponent has disconnected or potentially having some issues because they seem to have stopped interacting.
We are nerds.
Yeah. Maybe they disconnected. Maybe they decided that they didn't want to play anymore. I don't know. But you can see the effectiveness of this strategy. Alright, so yeah, okay, it's not a bad hand. Ish, it's edgy. So we'll play that Fabled Passage so our opponent doesn't know what colours we're on, so they can't assume things. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to put them onto rogues Get a blue. So we've got blue. Now, so we go white. And then we play Omen of the Sea so that we can scry 2 and then draw a card. We get the black land that we needed. Nicely done. Okay, so next turn we draw this, play this, and then play either another Omen or the Mind Maze, allowing us to sort of dig deeper into our deck. So what do we got here? Roost of Drakes. Whenever you cast a kick spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token. Okay. We don't really need that Heartless Act at the moment, so we'll do that, and then play this. Another land. Yeah, that's cool. So we've got our land for next turn. Play that. So we either choose to grab it. We can either choose to grab this, which would be pretty good. Or we can choose to make them sacrifice something. I'm thinking that we'll grab it off the top so it doesn't get out of control. And if they kill it, they get a 2/2 back, which is a 2/2 that doesn't get bigger and doesn't make their kick spells cheaper to cast. Discard 2 cards. Okay. I'm going to discard this card and this card. Feels a bit retaliatory. Understandably. Okay, play a land. Play a Doom. Attack for 2, and they're out. Okay, so they can't fulfill the Doom Foretold, so that's how it works. So I don't know if they attack this turn or what. Scry 2, then draw 2. It's pretty cool. I love the artwork on these cards. It's phenomenal, isn't it? It's so cool. What's this stuff? Yeah, okay. I would suggest that this is probably the right play. Pass turn. Search your library for a basic land card to reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If the spell is kicked, search your library for 2 cards. Lots and lots of land. So basically at this point they're either building up for something big or they're just sort of dirtling, trying to dig for it. So. They might counter this. They do have a blue mana. Yep. Okay. Don't really need either of these at the moment, so do that. Destroy their creature, and let's keep going along. Let's have a look at their hand. Yeah, lots of land. Basically blink everything. Yeah. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not a bad turn. I haven't seen this deck, so I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know what they're trying to get to. Obviously, there's always something very interesting. Just lots of land. Yeah. Okay. They just were building their land up. I don't know. They must have been getting flooded, and then the cards that they were drawing were ones that let them get more land, which is not ideal. And that core artwork, look at that. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield where you do fight what target creature you don't control. That's pretty brutal. I love the picture. Right. Yeah, let's just go for a walk in the swamp. Remember when we killed that big creature, that big gribbly thing, and blah 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 blah? Yeah. And then it jumps out and attacks you. Not so good. I do appreciate chat also. Thanks very much for your feedback. I do really appreciate it. The last few days I've sort of got some praise and some criticisms, which is good because it helps us to get the channel to be better. There are a few things that are outside of the streamer's control, like the internet in Australia. But yeah, change the frame rates and looking at how we can try and reduce some of the issues with that. And obviously those of you that have been watching from the start understand where we've come from. So having learned from no knowledge to like the audio stuff and a few other bits and pieces, and getting the audio better, getting the music better. I can't say enough thank yous to the community, specifically shout outs to Panda and Sherlock, two mates of mine that stream in Australia here. They've sort of given me some really interesting information, really helpful stuff. And then I've got another mate in the US, Power Dragon, who's a magic content creator, and he's a really good inspiration to me to show that it can be what you can achieve if you put your efforts in. So yeah, big fan. Well, concerning we don't have a second turn play, chat, how come you let me make that poor choice? Discard a card. That's not ideal. Shouldn't have probably done that. Whoops. Let's play this one. Play this one. And then next turn we play Doom Foretold, and hopefully that will get us moving somewhere. Actually, won't play Doom Foretold, play Conquer's Okay, it's a choice. Currently only got one card in the graveyard. Yeah, it's so someone in chat's just asked, if you can't read it because you're watching this on YouTube, someone's just asked if yeah, the learning curve for streaming is really steep, and by that I mean if you don't know anything, you know very little. Yeah, it's just so many different things that you've got to consider, like production quality and a bunch of other stuff as well. So, it's good, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's not that the information's not available, it's just that it takes time to get everything sorted out. And the fear, I guess, in the back of people's my mind was, people are going to be really unhappy if it's not sorted today, and that's not the case. Most reasonable viewers are just like, yeah, that's cool. We understand it takes time, and their suggestions are designed to help me improve, help me get the channel better, help all of those things happen. So that's wicked. It's really what you want. You just seem to be getting a lot of land at the moment, which is good, kinda. It's also kind of not good when you get smashed. Super hard. So that was a bit of a waste, wasn't it? There you go, get some more land or scry or whatever it is that you need to do. Oops. Yeah, something like that looks good. I think next turn we play. First off, we're leading with all the glitters and potentially drawing out some counters. And then dropping the Doom Foretold. That means they'll have to sacrifice one of their permanents. It's not a token, so this stage, be worried, they'll probably play something else before the end of the turn. Ah, like that. Great minds and all that. There we go. Okay. Play this to start off. Yeah, that's so good. Play this. Play this. Attacks. Yeah. Uh-oh. Somebody made an error. They get to scry to, looking for an answer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have 1, 2, 3 things. You gotta sacrifice the Doom Foretold or the Charming Prince. Doom Foretold. Interesting. I would have been cool with either. So the good thing about if they'd sacrificed the Charming Prince is it would have come back to me. I could have put the Omen in the sea, so when I dance it would be more stuff, but I'm okay with the way it is. I guess we'll just see what happens. I'm going to play these two out. Alright, so what do we got here? So we've got 2, so we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I probably should have just sacrificed that other one and then I could have done the same thing that they're doing. Yeah, okay. Hunted that completely. Dope. Okay. Wow. I think they made the same mistake that we made. Because they had lethal on board if they'd sacrifice. Oh, they can't sacrifice that, it's a token. That's right. Yeah. But we lose. Because we can't sacrifice anyway. Good game. Whew. Okay, that was, I'm like, my brain's still trying to process what happened in that last game. So I had with the triggers that they had on the stack, that's what killed me. But I'm just trying to think if there was a way that I could have played around that to keep in the game. I don't think there is. For sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think that we'll probably look at playing a bit of red deck after shortly because my brain's starting to melt too. Excuse me. Like this. Like this. Do some damage, and then, yeah. Okay. Don't do some damage, as the case may be. Discard a card. So how many cards I got? I got 4. 5 total. So I need to cast this, I think. Do that. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Okay, let's play this.
This isn't my first time being here. Ideas, like seconds. to improvise.
Nightmares with me. My kin are delightfully friendly.
Ideas like seconds. I do love a good puzzle. I've learned my lesson.
So I'm just sort of trying to navigate my way. Because more than likely they're going to bring one of these back. I've got that to kill, then I want to exile their graveyard, which will be honest. Play that and kill that. Pretty useful, to be honest. Or they could scoop it up because they can see what I'm trying to do. Thanks for the pictures. I'm not sure what they are. Squish 15 eat. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm too old. Oh, that's right. We're going to change to something else. We'll play this one, then we'll change something. Yeah, it's okay. Play that for black and should be alright. Tap, scry. Sure. Canadian, Albanian. Right, cool. Excuse me. Yeah. Bit of land coming through from them. Okay. So that. Discard a card. Okay. One sec. Yay, Elaine. My kingdom for a land. Oh, like a boss. Pretty boss. A 7/7 that gains life, makes creatures, or draws cards. Wow. And now they're gonna punch this guy. He did nothing to you. Alright, so we do this. We don't do anything because it's 4 or less, and I forgot about that. Dope. Yep. Let's go there. Oh my lord. Maybe we should have just changed that red deck. Alright, I'm just going to duck to the restroom. Give me one moment. I'm back. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's give the Doom deck a bit of a rest and try something else. Yeah. So someone in chat's just said that obviously the different lines of play get a bit draining mentally. That's correct. Let's go for just straight up red. Red deck wins. RDW. Okay, this looks like a keeper. It's got some land and some stuff to cut, so no one drop, but that's okay. We're used to that at this point in time. And so it begins. Yeah. It is. Axe. Should I axe that? No. Like this. Both attack.
Lovers turn to strangers, but they stay.
Oh, take 5 damage. That's a choice.
Take the pain to save you. Save you. Baby, I've been high and low. I'm sure it's better if I let you go. You'll be better.
Seems reasonable.
Pretty little fears I got, second guessing every shot. I won't lie, no, I won't lie. I'm free, but now I'm lost. Freedom comes at a cost. I won't lie, not this time.
Yeah. I haven't seen a version of this using the actual cards that it plays. That doesn't make sense, but I know what I mean. I haven't seen a version of it using casting the cards inside.
You'll be better.
Okay, so yeah. Cycle to game.
I'll sing you one last goodbye. Maybe San Diego. Oh, roll down all our windows, just see where the wind blows. One leg out the window, sit like a flamingo. Oh, sit like a flamingo. Oh, you can run and you can hide. You can try, take a breath.
Okay, so I'm guessing my opponent's going to play this. No? Why would you? That's probably a strategy. Go wider. I'm not sure how they intend to get out of this.
We could roll down all our windows, just see where the wind blows. One leg out the window, sit like a flamingo. Oh, sit like a flamingo. Oh, you can run, you can hide.
You got there, but not in a pretty way, that's for sure. Hopefully the stream is not as rough as it has been. From my side I can still see that there's a bit of dropped frame rates, but I'm talking to our provider, seeing if there's anything we can do to help us out. The Binding of the Titans. Saga enters the battlefield after you draw. Okay, so basically it works as Saga, so it's an enchantment that every turn you get to add a token to, and then it does whatever the number corresponds to. The first turn you play it, first thing happens, second thing, third thing. So each player mills 3 cards. It's the first turn it comes into play, and the second one is exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards for each creature card exiled this way you gain life. And then 3, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Four more games until we finish the daily wheel, or the daily wheel. So let's see if we can do it. 4 on the trot. I broke my watch band, and so I'm. I keep looking at my wrist, going, "Why is my wrist feel weird?" And it's like my watch isn't there. Yeah, this isn't too bad. See how it goes. Next. Last turn. Yep. Seems fair. Ish. Ember Cleave, yeah. 100% Ember Cleave. Exile 3 other cards. My one lane goes. Yeah. That's GG. Good game. Top deck like a boss. Basically, excuse me. I was trying to work out whether or not I should hold back the 1/3s, the fire geckos, to just block, because 6 plus 5 every turn equals a short game. Yeah, what the hell not? My poor opponent, Storm Shadow, is like, yeah, seen it all before, man. Elemental Lizard, not a fire gecko. Elemental Lizard, my bad. Although I did notice just then that it's sitting on someone's shoulder. Is that Chandra? That's pretty cool. this way. And then attack 2. Hopefully we get a third turn where I can do some more damage. A third turn with these out. I mean, I'll definitely get a third turn.
Your first line is, my name is Claude, so just repeat after me. Je m'appelle Claude.
Je te comprends.
Let's try it again. Je m'appelle Claude.
Je te dream blue.
Let's smile it out. I've never been a sweet time, hardly even smooth when it comes down to a cute girl in my room. I'm not living that long, can't blame it on the booze, cause whenever there's my brain hits the snooze. I've got a prickle on my skin, I can play a violin, sing a serenade. Wow, someone flowers from my sleep.
This could be interesting. Next turn could be really, really interesting. That's what my opponent does. This turn, if they wipe the board, then it's not going to be very interesting at all. Obviously. But assuming that I still have the board state, because I can play the Embercleave onto this bad boy. 2 and then shoot to get that double strike. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Feels like we're in Paris, away from our parents. Kind of a chain smoker, but with you I wanna do better. Never been a go-getter, but I wanna get with you forever. Cause you're not just a cute girl in my room. Never. I've got a prickle in my skin. I can play a violin, sing a serenade. Wow, summon flowers from my skin. So in the smell, I'm so whatever you say. Girl, I know we just met to make this beat Francais.
Yeah. That was fairly interesting. Diamond tier 2. Mythic, we're coming for you. Coming for you, Mythic. Alright. That's enough celebration for now. Let's get there. I like it.
You make me speak Francais.
Demia sleeves. Ah, there's a crab.
Feel the thunder shake the open ground. Won't give in, I'm fighting for the crown. Heavy clouds are way above my head, like all of my regrets and things I never said. No, got a feeling, shiver in my bones. Something's coming, but no
6 cards. Jeez. Could be worse. Could be more ruined crabs. That would be very bad. If they had a couple of those. I've had a couple of games where people have had like 2 and 3 of them now, and they go, cool. Lose heaps. Probably should have done that before. Fair enough. Push the damage. Push the damage. The same thing that we always do with red decks, which is just attack. It's an aggro deck. It's designed to just be sideways all the time. All your creatures, any opportunity you've got to attack. And especially because if they're going to play, I would suggest, the Eurus, and then they're going to bring back the crab. I need to have stuff that can actually stop to do enough damage to make it count. Oh, they're taking stuff. That'll do it too. Nicely done. Oh, I do love this rogue deck. It's so much fun to watch when it comes together. Although the one with the steal your stuff, what's that called? Lull Mage's Domination. I haven't been able to get it to work so much for me in my style of playing. Three lands is not bad. Now we're going for 10 cards left. Oh gosh. I've got any Ember Cleaves left. 1, 2, 3. then.
Day by day, I watched you fade into the truth that you've been hiding, leaving me blind while your sun kept shining. I lost my heart within the maze of the you I thought I knew. Was beating red hot, now stone cold blue. The color's been draining from my veins, losing my sight in your sun days.
Well done. Nice game. Alright, let's get in. What's going on?
I think I need therapy. Or just some whiskey. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles inside my
Yep,
head.
this is a keeper. Got a 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drops.
I found you instead. I think I need to confess. Saw you in your red dress.
Didn't expect that to happen.
How you got all that finesse. Still been running in
It's pretty interesting.
inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but
Man, it must be really hot today outside, so I'm just going to turn the aircon up. Give me a sec. I'm back. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm just going to cool the room down a little bit and then I'll turn the super powerful setting down. It's just really warm. Okay. Bit slow, but it'll be alright. He rolls go. So I shot that robber because I didn't want them to put the card that it grabbed into the. Didn't make sense. If they burn it, it's going to die, but it means I don't take too much. And I've got 20 more. See if they burn all of them. Wow, could have just pumped them and killed both. No, you can't kill both. Why they don't pump? They've been 6 damage. Interesting. Let's go this way. Have me now. Whoopsie. I think looking at that game, I sort of made some choices that could have gone either way, and from my perspective I probably should have gone another route, so push the damage rather than trying to go in defense to slow them. But yeah, when they've got 2 knights to kick off with, it's quite tough. But it is what it is. So this is another one of those hands that I'm just looking at going, come on. So I'm going to mulligan it and it works this time. So we'll keep this. Max him for now. Play this. See what happens if they play a creature. Or not. Golgari. Golgari's green and black together. It's one of the groups that are on Ravnica. Definitely cooler in here now. Absolutely brutal. I think they're just stuck on mana, and every time I've attacked, I've chucked one of their mana and it sucks. Sorry, Sazza, if you ever see this, I really appreciate where you're coming from. I feel your pain. Been there many times. Yeah, so if they've got like only a couple of things to be able to cast for 3, and they're just waiting for the 4th mana, and some yellow called Big Krago keeps stealing. So you got the wheel done, and it's 6 hours and 50 and 47 minutes for it to return, and 102 for that one. So, okay, so how are we going on the progress for this? We're at Diamond Tier 2, we've got about just under an hour to go. Or where we can get to, hopefully. So the goal would be better than Platinum 4. So medium sad. Oh man. Alright, it's another slowish deck. Hand. So I'm gonna mulligan it again. This Chandra's pile in because it just seems to slow us down a lot. No, I'll pitch away because we need a couple to start off with. Nice deck, like it. both of them 3 damage, just in different ways. Medium sad. That's so funny. Interesting name. I hope they're not actually sad. At all. Medium or otherwise. Oh, we could be in some real trouble here. Was quite lucky with them selecting the champ versus the king, because if they equipped onto that, it would have been 5 flying damage or flying damage. Just that one misclick, and they couldn't recover. Yeah. As we go further and further on up the ladder toward Mythic, these errors get more and more difficult to return from.
I'm going to find the promised land.
Keep this. Just checking. I was just checking the music for the stream because I don't want to play stuff that I'm not licensed to play because you get in trouble. And by that I mean I don't want to just keep it legit, and this is licensed music that I'm paying for. So. And push the damage. Get a little bit tense there. I was thinking, geez, Rankle's going to smash us. Don't know why they sacrificed.
We've had enough of this nonsense.
Can't keep this one either. So I mulliganed the last one because there was no one drop, and this one I'm looking at there's no hint, and I've got a bunch of things that I can't play. This one's still sketch as heck, but I have to do it. So put that back. Put that back. Yeah. So we drew a land off the top, which is good. And hopefully we can draw one more, so we can put the Phoenix in and have some protection. Because I'm sure they're going to come to start. Land off the top, land off the top. That is not a land off the top. So cool that artwork, eh? That was a little bit lucky in a way. No way, less lucky. Yeah, whoops, I get it. No worries, Blart. It happens, my friend. You really need to draw a land. That's not a land, man. So, no loss. Yeah. Hallelujah. Have a mindset. I'm alright with that. No attacks. Wow. So we got 3, 5, 6. I had some hot spells. They can't guess it gets +1 to. Oh. That was brutal. Okay, so yet again it reinforces that keeping hands, mulliganing is something that I need to practice. That is a tip to new players of Magic the Gathering, that keeping hands or not keeping hands is something you need to develop and think about and review. So for me, one of the things that I look at is land, and then the mana curve in my hand? Do I have stuff that I can play every turn? Or is it all too low? Or is it all too high? So at the moment, I'm looking at this and going, 4 lands a lot, and I've got no real early pressure, so I have to move this. So now I've got a couple of land, some creatures. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand all in all. So I've got a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3 drops. So there's stuff for me to do each turn. Seems to be paint. So I have to pitch one of these back. This is a legendary enchantment creature, so I'm going to put that back. Now, theoretically, that might kill the straight out of hand. Hit a bud of a life. Cool, mate. Do that and that. Take my lane. And do face. I've got a third hand in there. Go to the attack step. Another point of damage. Attack and wait. So hopefully next turn I'll be able to play this and play Annex or Phoenix. The board status. This looks like a Doom deck like all my own. Motto, which is push damage or not. Excuse me. This. We really need to get some extra damage. I'm gonna play the giant and bounces. So next turn, we theoretically play this. Okay, oh no, did you buy one? Now you're going to take my other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play this, do that, do that. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Submit. not ideal. So I really want to draw the Fervent Champion. I don't have any Ugins in that doing that. That's interesting. Might be a good addition. So if you haven't seen this before, this is Ugin's ultimate. So you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Pretty full. So. I just realised they don't have any black. This is a Azorus, which is blue and white, not a Esper. Very similar deck. This is looking pretty dire. So we're going to get 3, so that's going to become Larger and Charger. So the attack will become 5, 6, 7, 8, it's 10 damage. Okay, so we've got up this, but I can't see what that means. So we need to draw an answer this turn, or it's all over red level. Good deck. I like it. I like those that control deck. It's good in the current meta, so there's a lot of different types of decks, and so when you're thinking about deck selection, you can go your path, or you can focus on what other people are doing. And both are good. You know, they both have good points and bad points, pros and cons. So the good thing about going your own path is that you're very clear on what you're doing. So aggro, is an example of that. So all you're doing is pushing damage. Whatever everyone else is playing is irrelevant. You just need to keep going. Burn is another, so very linear, what they call on rails, e.g. it takes off from the station and it just does what it's going to do, and that's it. Then you've got other decks that interact with it. So for example, we know that Rogues is a big deck at the moment. So a deck that actually stops that from working, knowing that you've got a higher percentage chance of running into Rogue decks, and you might have a deck that actually is really effective at shutting Rogue decks down. So that's the kind of thing. So there's 2 different real sort of camps, and then within each of those you have a meta of different types of decks that do different things. So as an example, currently in so I'm just bringing up a screen. Within, even if you look at my deck list. So this is a control type deck, so it does its own thing. An aggro white deck, a rogue deck, which is a mill deck, aggro deck, mill deck, a combo deck. So combo is a combination of cards that do something that makes huge value. Yeah. Rural Adventures is probably like a tempo deck, so the idea is that it does its thing. It's not as quick as an aggro deck, but it has spells that stop or slow down your opponent and get them off kilter. Yeah, so they're the types of things that you have a bit of. Alright, so 20 minutes until the stream finishes, so I'm thinking, let's have a look at where we're at. Diamond tier 2, and you need to keep chipping away at this. So we'll do a couple more games, hopefully 2 more-ish. 3 more, maybe if we're lucky, games with red deck. That'd be pretty awesome. This is not a bad deck, bad hand, sorry. A little bit fragile, but see what we're up against, I guess. I thought about that for a long time.
Access denied.
Yeah. Why don't I pick that one out of the three? Because the Edgewall Keeper, whenever you cast a creature card that has adventure, draw a card. So I can see here that they got this in hand. I didn't know that they were going to play Passage, but if they played on their own and played this, I would draw two. So that's the idea. Okay, so play this. This. So what theoretically should happen here is they play this guy. And so the reason I play the Fireblade is because I can block. If I block it, this will die. If I block this Fireblade. I don't understand the choice. I can follow. Nice. Go along with this.
Where's your gun now?
Yeah. So,
Trying to find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new gold. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new gold. Trying to find that gold. Living for diamonds and finding them. Making it just when I'm running up fast. Ain't calm down, don't know how to relax. Really the beast, ripping the beat. Killer camp, killer OD. Cutting the beat, cutting the beat. What you want from me? You and your friends got them all in my place. Just bring all your girls, shawty. I can't hardly wait, yeah, I try. No lie, let's get real, like right now, yeah, I try. No lie. God damn it, I'm fucked. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Trying to find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope.
okay, so
Trying to find that gold. I don't got the next round. I'm going to the next round. Feeling like keep killing. Get it cold, get it come out. Always ready to fight. Call me when you want to make me on my phone. I'm ready to go. You and your friends got a party in my place.
So they may have something really massive that they're going to play that's going to cause a huge amount of damage, but I'm just trying to work out. Do one damage, kill one of them. Play that forward, push one of them. And attack you and kill you.
Trying to find that gold. Trying to find that gold. Trying to find that gold. Got a brand new phone. Trying to find that gold. Got a brand new phone. Push my buttons, come let me know. Stay down with the time up. Glass half empty, but tonight so full. Just call me up, it's a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Trying to find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner,
Interesting.
brand new dope. Trying to find that gold.
Very precarious because if they drop a big massive creature, they can smash it because of the Terror of the Peaks has this ability of when another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. There you go. So this is a lot of damage. So they'll probably kill this, but they only have 2. No, kill. Oh, because it's an inch. Yeah, right. Okay, that was fairly clever. Yep. So the goal would be at this stage for me to draw into a angle. I thought they were going to shoot this for a second. I'm like, please do. I'd love to kill this and stuff. Watch stuff working. This is the dangerous one. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just got edged out. Damage. Okay. Just on the bubble of diamond 2. Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to finish up the day. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys in chat especially. Feel free to share around that I'm streaming. I do Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 till 1, 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. As you can see right there, stream schedule. The goal would be for us to make affiliate by the end of this year. So I'm giving myself a fairly realistic goal. So if you are able to, even if you're unable to watch the whole stream, opening it in a window and then leaving it play in the background really helps me out with the metrics, just so that I've got 3 average watches to every stream over a 30-day period. And then, yeah, feel free to throw us a follow. As you can see there, YouTube, I upload the streams. Go and have a look, have a watch. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. The idea would be there that it means you've got other ways of being able to promote different events or decks or whatever it is that we're doing as we go forward. Alright, cool. I really do appreciate it again. And if you've got any questions, feel free to send me a message. Or you can join our Facebook page and send me a message on there. Sorry. Or you can obviously let me know in chat when I'm on during Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. Other than that, have a great week and I hope to see you again on Friday. Alright, catch you guys.
To feel, but this isn't real. Now we're over. Take it all, there's nothing left here anyway. We used to talk, but now we don't know what to say. just two passing strangers who tried you like goodbye forever. Fuck me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give a pain. If I was your new addition, you made